Now I am explaining third type of functions, functions with arguments with a return value. Now you see, this is the already told you informal approach without using functions. Now int a is equal to 10, b is equal to 5 and sum. Sum is equal to a plus b. You are calculating sum. That sum you are displaying and then as a the result of this is 15. Now we are defining a function. Actually, you understand this as a mission which calculates sum. Like that, you imagine that. Then you see, I show you that int a is equal to 10, b is equal to 5 and sum. These are a and b are actual arguments. Why we are calling as actual arguments? Those arguments only we are passing through function. That's why a and b are actual arguments in this case. Thereafter, sum we have defined one variable extra. Why we are defining one more variable extra? Previously in two types of functions we didn't define any such type of extra variable. Now why we are defining extra variable? You have to understand. Somebody has to give you something, then what you have to do? You should have a container. Understand? So here this is what type of function? Function which takes arguments and return a value. So it returns a value. Where you keep it? You should have a container. Such type of container is this. For that purpose, one container, one variable is reserved and kept it ready. Okay, that is sum. Thereafter, what you are doing? You are calculate sum. You are calling. For that, which for which values you have to calculate sum, that question will come. So you are passing a and b. You are passing actual arguments a and b to calculate some function. Okay. Thereafter, now what is happening? You see, a's value is copied into x, b's value is copied into y. A and b are actual arguments, x and y are formal arguments. What are formal arguments? Formal arguments are meant for receiving the value of that. Actually, a is not passed. Whatever a's value is there, whatever value is stored in the a copy is taken and it is copied here. A copy of the value stored in a is copied, pasted here in x. A copy of the value stored in b variable is pasted into y. That's why x and y are called formal arguments. Understand? Your a is different, x is different, b is different, y is different. There are four variables now. Actually, a's value is copied into x, b's value is copied into y. I now in this context I will tell you why people are confused. Actually, whenever you write this type of argument, x is equal to a, y is equal to b, these are assignment operations, assignment statements. A's value is copied into x, b's value is copied into y. Nobody gets doubt. Suppose int a is equal to 10, b is equal to 5, x, y. You have defined like this, and x is equal to a, a's value is copied into x, then x value is 10, and b's value is assigned to y, then y's value is 5. You never get a doubt. Why you never get a doubt? Because of the proximity, side by side they are there. You never get confusion. But here also same assignment is being done, but in a invisible manner. You cannot see that. Internally it is happening. That is the confusion. People feel it is a magic. Wherever there is a magic, there you can never get a command. Understand? Suppose you go to a magic show, just you can enjoy the magic show, but how the magician is manipulating, you never understand. Here also one thing I am telling, until unless you are not convinced with certain operation or certain concept, you never achieve command over that. Then here you must understand, you must be convinced with this, that is A's value is copied into X, here is a invisible assignment, B's value is copied into Y, this is a invisible assignment. This point you must realize, then only you can achieve command over this. You should strongly believe that, because by otherwise seeing result. Here see, numbers are here. In this block, are you finding any number? No numbers are there. Even though now you see, you have written Z, this is a local variable, and Z is equal to X plus Y, then you are returning Z. Okay, you are returning Z. That means what you are returning? Now you believe me whatever I am telling you. So 10 is copied here, 5 is copied here, then what would be the value in Z? 10 plus 5, 15. Now return Z, you are returning. Where it goes? It goes here. Z goes here and stored in this ultimately. Now it goes to the caller function. So it goes here, in turn whatever value it received, it sends it to that. So where 15 is stored? 15 is stored here. Then printf you are writing, then the result would be 15. This is the magic. This is here also, what is there? One invisible assignment is there. Here two invisible assignments are there. If you are able to convince with this concept, you can achieve perfect command over this. What type of function it is? Functions with the arguments with a return value. Most functions are like this. Okay, this is a third type of function. So once again I explain the terminology. This is the main, this is the caller function, this is calculate sum is the cali function. Okay, now A and B are actual arguments and which we are passing through a function call. This is a function call. A function call is like a switch. When you switch on, a fan works. When you switch another switch on, then a light glows. Like that, this is the switch. When you switch on this, when you call that, this machine works. You treat it as a machine. What this machine is doing? If you give two integer values, it finds the sum of that, it calculates the sum of that and returns it. What it is doing? Actually here this is called local variable. This is called local variable. Why local variable you have defined now? Actually one new value is created. That's why where you store that? You cannot store any value in the air. So corresponding variable should be declared. That's why a local variable, local means it is applicable here only. That is the region of this. And Z is equal to X plus Y you have defined. X plus Y's value is stored in Z. That value you are storing, that you are returning. To whom you are returning? To the caller. Actually you are running a flour mill. Somebody gives grain like this. Then to whom you return the flour? Who is the giver? To whom that person you return that. Here who called calculate sum? Main. So you return to the main. In turn that value is stored here. So you understand the terminologies. Caller function, cali function, actual arguments, function call, function definition, function header, local variable, return value. Okay, all the terminologies you must understand and you should have perfect command over this, and how this is bifurcated into this, you must have perfect command. Then only you can write functions. This is all informal approach because few more formalities are there. If I explain all that now, you may be overburdened and you may be distracted. That's why I have lightened this process and explained informally, but this is not everything. If you can understand this concept, how this is bifurcated into this, that is enough for me. In the next unit, all the three types of functions we learn how to develop them in a formal way. All syntax rules, conventions we follow strictly. Then we develop all the functions. You must get perfect command over that. Then only this is the basic step. This is inevitable. If you want to become a programmer, you must get perfect command over C functions. C functions are core. Actually, these functions only are called as methods in Java, but those are lighter. So here, if you learn all this terminology, there in Java, in the name of methods, you can enjoy them. Their lightness, their dynamism, all that you can enjoy. So don't be over smart and don't try to learn Java methods directly. First, this is the origin. Based on this only Java methods are developed. That's why first learn here. Thereafter, when you go to Java, then you can enjoy the smartness of Java methods.